Hi, everyone. We've got a good one for you tonight. It's Game 3 of the NBA Cup for both of these teams. Clark is still very, very young. How much do you take away from these first handful of games of a season?
I think you take away quite a bit as a whole organization. You know, the front office execs are already thinking about how the team can do better, where they might be able to make moves to improve the squad, as are the coaches. So I think these games are important and valuable.
The starters for the Utah Jazz. Walker Kessler is out there with Johnson. Then it's Keontae George. Then it's Michael Porter, and it's Gibson in at the 2.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
Part of what makes him unique, guys, that combination of power and power.
Count that one. Here's George. Last game with 30 points. Pass to Kessler. And Gibson wide open. He shoots. Off target from three-point range. Here's Whitehead. Rebound, Utah. They come into this having outplayed Phoenix the last game.
You can see it in that game. Despite the odds going against them, once it got to OT, they had that belief and resolve that they could win.
Sometimes we've seen it happen where the team that's supposed to be the underdog gets the game into OT, and then the momentum swings their way.
Has to be trained. Outside Collins. Here's Whitehead. To the inside. Stolen by Kessler. Pushing it up. Here's Gibson. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Seems to have a knack for hitting guys in their spots. His vision, excellent.
For Mexico City, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Pass to Smooth. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
First personal foul. First
you know, Greg, thinking back to the glory days in Utah. They went to back-to-back finals in 97 and 98.
Unfortunately, though, Kevin, that Stockton-Malone era, they just couldn't overcome the dynastic Bulls. The Jazz still searching for that first NBA title.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
Well, he's got a great stroke from the line. That's not something we can say about all the league's big guys.
Johnson kicks to George. Porter passes to Gibson. A three-pointer, no good. Mexico sitting with the ball. They trail by 1. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
And guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, you know, he might have gotten away with that a few years ago, but not anymore. No way. Now you've got to be stationary on those screens. No extra hips or elbows, or they'll call it. But he has not been sharp this period. Seems to be a little flustered out there, too.
Smooth passes to Whitehead. Here's Smooth. This one for 3. Drops in the tray. Smooth's got 5 more.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Now here's Gibson. Really played well against Phoenix in his last outing. Kessler, screen on Matthews. Shot clock at 6. And George kicks to Gibson. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Gibson's got his second bucket of the night. Here's Smooth, covered by Johnson. Here's Smooth. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Utah has gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. George dishes to Johnson. Gibson with it. He's got 5. Pulls up on the wing. They get it back. And a wide open look for Porter. And again, it's the Jazz from deep.
Well, the mechanics of Porter Jr.'s shot are just so efficient. Almost automatic. Gets the ball and puts it right up into the shooting pocket.
Mexico City moving it around. Smooth, that's good.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Kessler finds Porter. Utah gets it back. Here's Gibson, and it's Gibson finishing it off.
When he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for him.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
And you know, those second chance opportunities can be game changers. He represents so much value to this team because of what he does.
And the pass there floated it up to the precise spot it needed to be.
And no messing around on the finish. He powers it through.
And that's an alley-oop that'll be loop to loop all day long on the highlight reel.
The 3 from George. That one's no good. That makes him 1 for 2.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Porter against Collins. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Smooth. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against San Antonio.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
Near the three-point line, it's Porter. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
It reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
Here's Matthews. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Keontae George picks one up. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Jazz?
You know, right from the start, it seemed they got hot from three-point range, pulling apart the defense and racking up the points, too.
And I've really liked how they've moved the ball tonight. Because of this selfless approach, they are piling up the assists.
Back to Gibson. Johnson outside. Pass to Gibson. And here's George. And the 3 off target. Here's B-Train, guarded by Porter. B-Train doesn't get it to drop for him. And so George will bring it up for the Jazz. They trail by 1. And this game, the first chance they've had to see Mexico City.
In this game, just the first of 4 meetings between these two. They'll get quite familiar with each other by season's end.
You know what, guys? I don't know. I get the feeling that this could be an interesting matchup this season. This first game will tell us a lot.
Johnson outside. Pass to Gibson. Good. Score the basket. Mark him 4 for 8. Shooting 50% so far. Guys, 7 times the lead has changed hands here now.
Yeah, that number should easily top double figures before it's over.
Mexico City making some changes. Mills is checked in, and Georgia subbed in for Whitehead. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Filipowski, he's checked in for Walker Kessler. John Collins comes in for Johnson. Josh Giddey's checked in for Porter. And it's Collier in for Keontae George. Collins a screen on George. Shot's good by Gibson. And it's a 3-point Jazz lead.
Monster quarter for him. He's put the team on his back, trying to carry them to the W.
Irving passes to Matthews. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
For Mexico City, they've looked good at the line. They're perfect in 4 attempts.
Definitely an area where they can improve. Only 73% as a team from the line last year.
And that just has to improve, guys. I mean, the free throw shooting It's something that has to get better. You're immediately putting yourself at a disadvantage when you shoot that poorly from the line.
Down low, here's Matthews. And the rejection by Collins.
And that shows you a bit of Collins' all-around game and why he's so valuable at both ends of the floor.
First team foul.
Here's Collier, covered by Irving. Pass to Filipowski. Three-pointers off the mark.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Well, I don't think there's any question about it. They came focused and ready to play. They're doing everything they can to put things in their favor. You earn that, and they're actually earning it well right now.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
Free throw shooting is about mechanics, confidence, and your mental approach. He's locked in from there most every night.
From the arc, Filipowski grabs the board. Jazz leading by 6. Pass to Collier. Now Collins. Another miss by Utah. Gibson against George. And Matthews kicks to Irving. Collins setting the big for Irving. From deep, George. Filipowski grabs the board. Utah shooting at a nice 53% rate to start the game. They are sticking to the campaign. To the middle. Collins finds Giddey. Collins a screen on Collins. 6 to shoot. Giddey the pass to Collins. And the shot goes in. And the Jazz lead by 8.
And you love how instant Collins' shot can be. Gets a pass and wastes no time in releasing it.
Matthews, no one around him. Offensive struggles continue. Missing again. Out to the wing. Gibson up top. He's got 13. Over Collins. No good from Gibson.
Right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
And he drives in, and it's sent back by George. Now Collins. His last outing, he had 8 points. Pass to Matthew. Fires the 3. Sinks the triple. Matthews has got 7 points in the game.
Watch out now. When this guy gets into a rhythm, it is something to behold.
Collins with it. Filipowski passes to Collins. A shake. Here's Filipowski. And out of bounds, Mexico City will have it.
Not sure what he was thinking about with that pass. Just sailed it right out of bounds.
Mexico City trails by 5. There's 38 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Kyle Filipowski. That is his first foul of the game. .35 seconds left in the first quarter. Collins passes to George. Irving kicks to Collins for 3.
And they've done a nice job controlling the defensive backboard to start this game.
Not one second chance bucket allowed. That is finishing off good defense.
Giddey the pass to Gibson. And here's Collins. 12 points his last outing. 4 seconds left. Misses at the rim. And so the first quarter is in the books. Jazz lead by 5. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on... And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. Guys, from what we've been watching with the Jazz, what are you guys seeing out there?
mean, offensively, I thought they did a good job of protecting the ball. And defensively, boy, were they disruptive.
Yeah, I like the way they forced a ton of turnovers and then took advantage of those turnovers with opportunistic baskets.
You got Smooth. Carr's out there with James. And there's B-Train. And it's Whitehead in at the 2. And for Utah, Johnson is out there at Porter. Then it's Collier. Then it's George. And it's Kessler in at the center. Here's Smooth. Shot clock at 5. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
Oh, boy, to be young again.
Makes you nostalgic, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does make me look back a little bit, but I could never throw it down like that. It sure does look good.
And it's Collier missing. And so Whitehead will bring it up for Mexico City. It's a 3-point game. Following this run, they get to host the Mavericks. That game will conclude a 3-game homestand. Smooth. No good on that one.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, Michael Porter Jr. was the #1 ranked player in high school, but a back injury changed things. He said, "My potential may look different now, but as long as I can truly say with what I had, I gave it my all, that's all that success should be defined by." Kevin, he grounds himself in gratitude and the work he's put in.
HDA, he is a worker and living the dream.
You always hear about chemistry. That's a perfect example, knowing where each other is at all times.
And George kicks to Porter. Off target from outside.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Pass to Whitehead. And eventually, every player, GA, has to grapple with age, realizing they've lost a step or two against the young fellas. And sometimes, that is a very slow realization.
Oh, it is, Kevin. Hopefully, by that point, it's less about financial security and more about prolonging the inevitable, simply for the love of the game.
Jazz leading by 3. George with the bounce pass. Pass to Kessler. Here's Collier. Knocks down the 3 ball.
And how about the bounce pass there being used to perfection?
For Mexico City, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Here's Smooth. He's got 10. Good, nice job down low. Smooth's got 12.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher. The coach knows it.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take it.
Now here, the 2K leaderboard with last season's top rebounding teams.
There's not a whole lot to complain about with these numbers. I mean, they made a commitment to rebounding last year, and it was obvious. It showed on a consistent basis. They put great effort into rebounding the ball last season.
Pass to Collier. Now George. Kessler, a screen on James. And they pick up 2. George has got his second basket. Mexico City trails by 6. Here's Whitehead. And he lobs it up toward the rim.
No hesitation at all on the alley-oop. Saw his teammate with a pass to the hoop, and bang, lobbed it right up there for him to finish.
And he was ready for it when he elevated and made the catch.
And he chose the conservative finish with the nice, easy layup, which was a good decision.
Porter, no luck.
Boy, they dodged one there, guys. I mean, he got the wide-open look that he wanted, just didn't knock it down.
Pass to James. Here's B-Train. Here's Smooth, covered by Johnson. Here's Whitehead. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. And it's now only a 1-point Utah lead.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Kessler finds Porter. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Well, Michael Porter Jr. is one of the premier shooters in the NBA.
And that size that he brings to that sweep stroke makes it hard to get to a shot. 6'10", shoots it with confidence, shoots it with great fluidity. And man, is he special. And he's worked through some injury trouble early in his career, and now he's one of the more lethal front court players in the league on the perimeter.
And Michael Porter is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Team foul.
Whitehead passes to James. Here's Whitehead. Carr with the ball. Pocket 6. Inside. Hot loose. George with the steal.
And he was camped in just the right spot to swipe that pass away down low.
Oh, that's blocked. And they'll get another chance. 5 to shoot. Here's Collier. And it's Mexico City with the rebound. B-Train's got his 4th rebound in this one. It's stolen by Johnson. And now Utah, fast break. Here's Porter. Count that as his 4th basket of the night. Just 7 shots to get there.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Timeout called here. Mexico City decides to talk it over. George is checked in for Mexico City. Mexico City trails by 4. Has to be trained. Stolen by Kessler. Now, here's George. He has 5. Kessler passes to Porter. 6 on the shot clock. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5 for 8 night shooting.
You know, so far he's been dominant this period, making the most of his opportunities.
Here's Smooth. He's got 14. To the paint. Here's B-Train. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Somebody you can count on. He is an extremely reliable finisher.
And Will Hardy calls timeout here. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. Mexico City making some changes. Matthews, he's checked in for James, and Collins subbed in for Carr. Matthews against Collins. Gibson the bounce pass. Jazz passing it around. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. For Utah, they have gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight.
And their numbers from the line last season, they're good, just not great, about 77% as a team.
And I know the free throw shooting is an area they focused on improving coming into this season.
Outside Matthews. To the middle. Here's Smooth. Kessler with the rebound. Kessler's got 4 rebounds in this game. Johnson the pass to Collins. Here's Kessler. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Kessler's got his 2nd basket of the game.
Boy, you've got to appreciate the passing there. Results in a great look.
Here's Smooth. He's got 14. Launches it. Utah with the rebound.
He's cooled down a little bit after draining those 2 3-pointers in the first quarter.
Outside Gibson. Jacks up a 3. The shot's good on the assist by Johnson. Gibson's got the lead up to 10 now for Utah.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And here's Matthews for the 3. Cans it from downtown. Matthews has got 10 points.
They are definitely shooting it well from beyond the arc right now.
Gibson passes to Kessler. Now, here's Johnson.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
Boy, certainly appears to be the case. I mean, they've spent a lot of time at the foul line this quarter, and that's the result of attacking the rim and being physical.
Mexico City making some changes. Mills is checked in, and Irving subbed in for Smooth. Porter's checked in for the Jazz. Now Collins. And here's Matthews for the three. Kessler with the rebound.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Pass to Collier. Beyond the arc. They grabbed their own miss. Knocked away. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Kessler.
I had a chance to look at the numbers for Johnson. He had a strong showing last season. He was around 9 points per last year. 8 rebounds and 3 assists. And always nice to have a guy like him who can really defend at a high level coming off the bench.
You know, when you can sub in a lockdown defender, that's a major plus.
Looking at who's out there now for the Jazz. Lebowski, he's checked in for Walker Kessler. John Collins comes in for Johnson. And Josh Giddey's subbed in for Michael Porter. Here's Collier. 26 points for him last game against Phoenix.
Boy, he was piling up those assists in that one. I mean, every pass seemed to be on time and on target.
And it's Giddey in the corner. Outside Collins. That's good. And so Giddey with the assist. Collins has got his second basket of the night.
And just no excuse, guys, for leaving a shooter like him open beyond the arc.
Outside Matthews. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Matthews has got a couple of three-pointers in the second for Mexico City. Outside Gibson for the three. And it's Mexico City with the rebound. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with San Antonio.
Total embarrassment. I was shocked at how poorly they played. I think they were shocked.
Yeah, and you know, those losses really hurt when you can't get anything going your way, everything's going against you. Very frustrating.
Launches a three. Matthews with the rebound. Mexico City trails by 4. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Yeah, I agree. You know, sometimes that can be a tough call for the refs to make, but not that time. It was easy there.
Getting another opportunity here to see that powerful rejection.
Reads the play well there and gets himself in the air at just the right time. Terrific denial.
Collins a screen on George. Gibson passes to Collins. Matthews with the steal. And here's Collins. Pass to Irving. 1:30 left here in the second. Just 5 on the clock. Latre. And that one is off. Jazz leading by 4. Giddey with it. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor. Mexico City has gone for the three-pointers 7 times here in the second and been successful 3 times. Here's Irving. Mexico City keeping it alive. A new 14-second shot clock.
Well, you've got to be there defensively. I mean, that's an easy mid-range jumper that he'll typically drain.
Outside Gibson. Here's the 3. That's good. And so Giddey with the assist. Giddey's got 3 assists tonight. And here's Collins. He'll bring it up for Mexico City. They trail by 9 points. Outside Matthews. And the rejection by Collins.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Well, guys, they need to do something to reduce this deficit. We'll see if that's the answer.
Matthews finds Irving. Out left to the wing. And here's Collins from outside. He drains it from beyond the arc. Collins has got 5 points so far. And so it's the Utah Jazz with a a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They've done a lot of great work from long range. And don't go away. We'll be right back.
Hello and welcome. Before we take a look at the action from the first half, a brief overview of some upcoming...
Now look here now at Utah. You can already see they have the makings of a good team, but they also have things to iron out.
Splitting the first two games, this next one could indicate which direction they're headed. And now let's talk about our featured game. It was a solid first half for the Jazz.
You look at their success so far.
That'll do it for our show tonight. Thanks for joining us, and we'll send you back to Kevin Harlan for more.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Jazz leading by 6. Might head out there with Smooth. And there's B-Train. Then it's James. And it's Carr. And at the small forward. Here's Porter. Johnson outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. George, no good. Mexico City has gone outside a lot tonight. 17 times, in fact. 7 of 17. Heading underway here in the second half. Here's Will Hardy's 5. And got Walker Kessler. Johnson is out there with Michael Porter. Then it's George. And it's Gibson in at the 2-guard spot.
And checking out some stats for B-Train. He's coming off an excellent season. And he was top 5 in field goal percentage. Never settling, always working to get a good look.
And getting back to the fact that he led the league in rebounding, you know how hard that is? What a tremendous asset to the team. Both good from the line that time. Mexico City trails by 8. Smooth passes to Beecher. Here's Whitehead. Porter with the steal. And now the fast break. Gibson with the ball. Good, and a nice assist from Porter. Gibson's got 4 this quarter.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Simply taking advantage of what the defense has given them, and they've really made the most of it.
Here's B-Train. Gets in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
No good from Gibson.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look. It's hard to decide which is better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop.
Yeah, what you wouldn't know, they're the team trailing, and they're able to pull off plays like that.
Pass to Kessler. Johnson outside. A floater. They're outside. Drills it from outside. Porter's got 16 points.
How about that smooth shot from the arc for Porter? He's got such a confident release and deep range, too.
Carr against Porter. Here is Carr. There's the screen. Shot clock at 6. Here's B-Train. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Johnson, the pass to Porter. Over Carr. Kicks it out to Gibson. Johnson, wide open. He fires. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. To B-Train. Here's Carr. That 3 off the mark.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Gibson looking it over. Kessler setting the pick for Gibson. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Gibson's got 6 here in this quarter.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Here's Carr. Bangs home the trifecta. Carr's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Not sure what the defense was thinking. I mean, you can't leave this guy open from deep.
Outside Porter. Johnson outside. Pass to Kessler. For 3, Gibson. The rebound by James.
No luck for him this half after being outstanding from outside the arc in the first half.
Here's Whitehead. He's guarded by Johnson. They get it again. B-Train hits the jumper. B-Train's got 16 points.
Well, you can't give him any room to maneuver on the board because once he does, he's going to make you pay.
Here's Gibson. That one goes. Count it.
Not much resistance from the defense. Easy play that time for him.
Mexico City trails by 6. Here's Smooth. 14 points for him. A 3-ball. A rebound by the Jams. Kessler's got 9 rebounds now tonight. In the corner, Gibson with it. Ball's not loose. Carr with the ball. Now guarded by Porter. Carr the pass to James. Mexico City moving it around.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
You know, those kinds of plays can be difference makers, game changers, momentum shifters, especially in a close contest where 1 or 2 possessions can impact the outcome.
And he has just been in a flow offensively. Terrific game. He has been the X factor.
Timeout called here. Mexico City decides to talk it over.
And clearly, he's in a lot of pain. I think of all time, the trainer's going to get a chance to go out and check him over.
Matthews, he's checked in for Mexico City. Collins comes in for Carr. Here's Whitehead. He has 6. Outside Collins. Pass to B-Train. It's good from long range. B-Train's got 19 points.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
And here is Johnson. Johnson with a screen on Matthews. George, that's a 2-pointer. Smooth with the rebound. Smooth's got 5 rebounds tonight.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
Collins against George. Johnson the pass to Kessler. Porter with it. Outside for George. 6 to shoot. And a miss there on the triple. And so it's Matthews with it, bringing it up now for Mexico City. 4-point game. Here's Collins. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
How good is that? I mean, he can make a defender look foolish at times.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Jazz.
Well, I think they've been lethal from beyond the arc this game, no doubt about it. Hard to defend such spot-on shooting.
And, you know, another thing that's really been working for them tonight is the mid-range, that they're having no problem finding shots in that area.
And it's George again missing.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Second personal foul.
With this pause in the action, let's show you the teams that have scored the most points in the league last season. 5th, the Jazz.
Boy, they do an excellent job offensively. Most of the season last year, they were really in sync. A nice flow and rhythm to their offensive game. But anytime you score the points they did, it's about unselfishness and trusting each other.
Whitehead's checked in for Mexico City. Utah also making some changes. Filipowski, he's checked in for Walker Kessler. Josh Giddey comes in for Johnson. And it's Collier in for Jordan. Giddey, no good.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Here's Smooth. 16 points for him. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw line.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Jazz trail by 3. Pass to Collier. Wants to get it to Collins and does. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
I'm sure his teammates love having a guy like Collins on the receiving end of those alley-oops. As fun an assist as you'll get.
And they call an illegal screen here.
And a chance to check out the stats for Gibson. Good season for him last year. He put up about 20 points a game, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. And every team in the league needs shooting. That's what he brings coming off the pine.
Yeah, there's always a demand for shooters, man. Have jumper, will travel. I'm telling you, most championship teams, they have a bunch of those guys who can put it in the basket.
Drilled from 11 feet out. Gibson's got 13 points here in the second half alone. Outside Collins. Pass to George. Lets the 3 fly. A rebound by the Jazz. Now here's Giddey. 5 points in the game. Collins with it. He's covered by Matthews. And John Collins good for 3. And now a 4-point Jazz lead.
Not sure what the defense was thinking. I mean, you can't leave this guy open from deep.
Outside Matthews. Looking to end the run. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got 4 assists in the game.
Here we go. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
And it's Gibson finishing it off.
Oh, he got fancy with that one.
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open.
And I like it. I mean, some coaches might want to see just a sure-handed lay-in there, but for me, I don't mind a little extra.
Hits it from 3-point range.
This is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And you know what? It's all about the long-distance game for him tonight. He's getting it done from out there.
Poked loose. Stolen by George. To Irving. 1:57 left in the third quarter. George sets a screen for Irving. No good on the triple.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
And the shot is good. Gibson's got 37.
You know, throughout this quarter, guys, they've had no answer for him defensively. And he's been absolutely relentless.
To Collins. 3 for Matthews. Utah with the rebound. Lepowski's got 8 rebounds in this game. 1:14 left to play in the third. Now here's Gibson with the...
Big time!
Wow. We are going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Greg. That was special. That was really special.
A circus dunk for you right there, guys.
And you know what? He's just not on his game. No doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Pass to Filipowski. And Irving comes to help. 6 on the shot clock. To Collins. Here's Giddey. Trains the 3-pointer. And it's a 7-point Jazz lead.
Loving the energy right now here in the third quarter as they try to take control of this game.
And I really think this is the time to do it because this is a real important juncture in the ballgame race.
And really the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
Now Collins. He's got 10. Over Matthews. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. It's the Jazz up. And now Now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. We got James smooth out there with Whitehead. Then there's Carr. And it's B-Train in at the 5. Home in the paint. That one is no good.
Tough miss at this juncture. They're down 2 baskets right now.
Now here's Porter. He's guarded closely. Johnson finds Porter. Nice ball movement by Utah. George, no good.
You know, after connecting on 1 3-pointer in the first half, he hasn't netted another one since.
James, good.
Defensively, you can't back off him that much. You don't want to give up easy threes at this stage of the game.
Outside Porter. Back to George. Pass to Kessler. Now Johnson. Here is Porter from past the arc. Good. It's Johnson with the assist that time. Porter's got 19 points.
That's a great response from Porter Jr. Taking those 3 points right back.
B-Train passes to Carr. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Utah leading by 4. And here's George for 3. Smooth with a rebound. Smooth's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
And it's just one of those days, guys. He has just struggled to shoot the basketball.
Pass to B-Train. Fades away. Rebound by Johnson.
There wasn't much defensive resistance there, guys, but somehow he blew it anyway. Missed opportunity.
Left side, Gibson. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Gibson's got 41.
Well, he's filling it up right now, getting the shots he wants and delivering in a big way.
Whitehead passes to Smooth. Pass to B-Train. And once again off the mark by Mexico City.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Especially when you're scoring the ball at a decent clip the way they have. I mean, they've done exactly what's necessary to take the lead. That is super efficient, getting in deep and then taking advantage.
Smooth passes to Whitehead. Off the run and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Yeah, the defender all over.
He got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
Derek Whitehead. 2 shots.
The first one falls. Good on both. We're in the final quarter of play here, 3 minutes in. Gibson finds Kessler. And here's George. And here is Johnson. Pass to Gibson. Shoots the 3. That's in there. Johnson with the assist. Johnson's got 5 assists tonight.
And they've done some nice work as we come down the stretch here in the final quarter.
You can feel the sense of urgency they have to get this thing closed out as soon as possible.
Plenty of daylight on that shoot.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
And here's George for 3. And it's Mexico City with the rebound. Smooth's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Outside, James. And out of bounds as Utah gains possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
George with the ball. Kessler setting the pick for Gibson. Shoots from the corner. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Kessler. Mexico City making some changes. Matthews, he's checked in for James. And Collins subbed in for Carr. Mexico City trails by 6. Pass to Whitehead. Here's Smooth. Outside Collins. Here's Smooth. Clock at 4. The top of the key jumper is on the mark.
And that's right in his wheelhouse. Looking to make an impact when it counts.
You know, they want the ball in his hands here because they trust him to hit all the big shots.
Gibson for 3. B-Train with the rebound. B-Train's got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. And Matthews kicks to Collins. Here's Smooth. There's the 3. No good there.
He hit a couple in the first, but so far he's been unable to get uncorked here.
Porter outside. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Porter's got 6 in the quarter.
Just so smooth pulling up there off the dribble. Porter terrific at being unpredictable and knowing when to take that shot.
Here's Smooth. Pass to B-Train, and he jams it with authority.
Nice job hitting him right in stride. Excellent play.
And so George will bring it up for the Jazz. They've led by as much as 10. Porter with it. Three-pointer. And it's Mexico City with the rebound. Smooth's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Matthews passes to B-Train. Johnson over to Elton. B-Train's shot is good. Jazz leading by 3. Pass to Kessler. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Shooting for Utah.
First one falls for him.
Taking 2 shots.
So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe.
Well, he did enough there. He made it a 2-possession game, at least.
Outside Collins. Lets it go with the 3. Whitehead's shot is off. For Utah, they've gone 5 of 11 from the field in the 4th quarter. It's George on the wing. Back to Gibson. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got 4 assists in the game.
And guys, all about hard work from this point on. They've worked hard to create that high-quality shot and then able to knock it down.
Collins wide open, he fires. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Kick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
And Will Hardy is called timeout. And he wants to see some changes out there right away. And right now, Collier, he's checked in for George. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Hey, guys, listen in with Will Hardy and his team. Now, he was quite encouraging in the huddle. He said, look, you're fighting out there, fellas. I can see it. I need you to keep giving everything you have. Bring this one home. See if they can pull it off, guys.
Thanks so much, David. No good from Gibson. Mexico City trails by 3. Pass to Whitehead. Mexico City moving it around. Here's Collins. Basket counts. Collins has got 5 points now in the quarter. Jazz have gone 6 of 13, so just above 46% on their field goal attempts here in the quarter. Here's Kessler. Intercepted. Here's Smooth, guarded by Porter. Going right down to the wire here. Still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, and after all the energy both sides have expended, both teams still hungry for the lead.
Pass to Gibson. Teardrop shot, and he sinks the layup. Gibson's got 48.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the flow.
Collins looking around. Now here's Matthews. They get the rebound. Got that bucket. V-Train's got 27 points.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Yeah, tit for tat on the glass. Just one more aspect of what's been a very closely contested ball game here.
Outside Gibson. And it's Mexico City with the rebound. Matthews passes to Smooth. Here's Whitehead. Pass to Smooth. Here's the teardrop. B-Train. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
And talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
Well, I tell you what, guys, the young kids like to say, that's doing too much. That falls into that category. That was too much.
And Mexico City shooting 53% from the floor. They're locked in. Pass to Matthew. There's B-Train. He's covered by Kessler. And out of bounds as Utah gains possession.
And what a time to get sloppy. A close game like this, you cannot be getting loose with the ball.
Outside Porter. Tipped away. Matthews with the steal. In the corner, Collins with it. Off target with his three. And it's Porter with the ball for the Utah Jam. And good! He hits it again.
And he's up to 52 points.
Yeah, making a GA look all too easy right now. Here's Smooth. Throws it up high. Stolen by Kessler. There's 1:17 left in the fourth quarter. And Mexico City has possession. They trail by one. And Gibson sends it back. B-Train's shot is good. 1:07 left in the fourth quarter. Pass to Porter. Over Collins. Porter, no luck.
Well, that's a good player missing from point-blank range. That's one you got to convert.
You just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game? Yes.
Now here's Gibson. Pass to Collier. Got it! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within one.
If you allow him to get that close, you deserve to get scored on.
Here's Smooth, who's guarded by Johnson. Smooth passes to B-Train. And it's out of bounds. Still Mexico City's ball. Puts it up off the inbound. He can't get that one to fall. And Will Hardy is called timeout. And he knows there's no room for mistakes and wants everyone on the same page. Guys, what's your take on how they maximize their opportunities now?
Always intriguing to see what a coach draws up in this situation.
And we call those ATOs, or plays run after a timeout. They often make the difference in a game.
Now Gibson. No good.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
And so it's Mexico City winning this one. What a show, baby.
fact. That's a fact. That's a fact.